Hello, Hamish here from mortgagesonline.co.nz. I have got Scott Ellis with me today.
G'day, Hamish.
From Hobson Wealth. You guys do shares and stuff.
Yes, managed portfolios, shares, bonds and funds.
And it's becoming more popular now to actually borrow against your mortgage and invest in shares.
Yes, particularly this year, it's been a hot topic with the changes we've seen in rental property laws and things like that. So
because it's a bit more tax deductible than some properties.
Yeah, well, you can still sort of
the
use
interest.
that. Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, I think it's a stupid idea. Nah, it does seem a bit crazy to me. But if you're going to do it, right, things we should think about are things like dividends, right? Because if you're going to pay interest on the debt, you might as well think about cash flow a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, you've certainly got to be covering that cost, right? So,
and then I guess where do you go? Because do you invest directly? If you don't want to invest directly, you might want to have something a managed fund, I guess, as well, right? So we'll touch those topics right now. So dividends. Sure. What are your thoughts, mate?
Particularly for a New Zealand resident, I think the NZX50 is a fantastic place to start. There's a lot of high quality businesses in that top 50 that are well established with well established cash flows, and they're mature companies, so they're willing and able to pay a regular tax effective dividend to a New Zealand resident. So that's a fantastic place to start, I would say.
Okay. Not so much with overseas sometimes and shares.
Yeah, a lot of overseas, A, you're not going to get the same tax benefits, but B, a lot of businesses, particularly in the US, are more growth orientated businesses. So they're reinvesting their cash flow back into the business to grow.
Yeah.
In a lot of the cases. So not as beneficial for a New Zealand investor if income is what you're seeking. Mm-hmm. But capital growth, absolutely.
Now, where do you go if you want to buy shares directly? Yeah. Where do you go?
I think we all would have seen, there's places like Sharesies and ASB Securities have been around for a long time.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah,
ASB Securities.
Platforms like Sharesies have gained in popularity immensely during COVID and moving forward, and that's fantastic, I think, for the New Zealand public.
Mm-hmm. Great for smaller parcels, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess the thing to consider there is just that there's not advice attached with
right.
that. You're not sort of having an investment advisor along for the ride with you. So I would call that more self-driven investment.
If you want it more managed, you have different solutions. Hobson Wealth has...
Yeah. So we run managed investment portfolios, which will consist of stocks and bonds or fixed income, and listed property, things like that. And then for sizes, say, of $500,000 and below, we've launched managed funds called Navigator, which we think is quite a cool solution because it's providing what we're trying to achieve for larger parcels. Within a managed fund, you're still getting the same sort of exposure to the underlying investments and the same strategy, but wrapped up in a more effective fund for that size.
And if you got $500,000, they get you. They can ring you every hour.
Oh, no matter what the size, that's the case. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other things you want to add there, Scott?
I guess the key things to consider, really, particularly if you're going to use debt, you need to talk to a tax advisor. Yep. But also just think about what you're trying to achieve. Are you wanting particularly income? Do you want some capital growth? And the balance of that is all going to come down to your age and stage, your investment time frame, and really what you're trying to get over the long term. So that's the key thing to consider. And
an investment advisor is a good place to
that's
start.
That's what we're trying to have a conversation with someone about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, hey, thanks for coming in. Hopefully that's been handy. And yeah,
thanks for having me.